Aaron Young of Red Buffalo Cafe. Good morning.
Morning.
And I was starting to get a little bit of the giggles. I'm being stared at by my dog here.
Being
He's
stared
really
down.
eyeing me up. I think he's got something to tell me here, but
He says,
it's
I
just the way
want coffee.
that he sure does. Now, Aaron is from, again, Red Buffalo Cafe. That's your shop. And
Yes.
tell us about the location and, generally, what is Red Buffalo then?
Well, Red Buffalo Cafe, we're a community-oriented coffee shop. We're in Silverthorne. We're just a quarter mile north of the I-70 Silverthorne interstate exit. So really, really close to anything you want to be doing in Silverthorne. If it's if you have something going on at the Silverthorne Pavilion, you're at the Silverthorne Rec Center or Rainbow Park, using their Tubing Hill, or even the factory stores are just right across the river from us.
Yeah.
So it's just so central to
You're getting-
everything.
now we're getting a lot of growls going on right now because
Well, he
Otis
wants
gets
to come
really
because we have a
excited about it.
beautiful back patio.
Yeah,
He could
I
just
know, he
run
would love
around.
being back there in that patio. So
could.
it obviously, I'm sure there's no snow on the patio right
Nope,
now.
we've
It'd be a
shoveled it
great
off.
time
I've
to get
had
back
tons
there.
of people
Yeah.
all weekend long just enjoying it out there and having
Yeah.
a really good time. So it's just beautiful. And then the front patio, or little area, I mean, you can just see our namesakes, Red and Buffalo Mountain, and it's
Right.
just so beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
it
the
is a
coffee
great
and
night.
tea is great too.
Well,
but,
let's
like,
talk
the
about some of the
location's
products. Yeah.
amazing.
So
yeah.
of course, the location, the atmosphere is nice. People are getting some work done in there
Yeah.
with the Wi-Fi.
It's obvious
and
that's a summer shop, but you can kind of get an idea.
you get the
of-
idea exactly.
That's
but
how
you
close we are to the river. Just
Yeah, right there.
a stone's
I'm sure
throw
the fishing
away.
is really good right now too.
It
As
is,
it's
yeah.
warming up, those fish get hungry.
And
so.
our neighbors are cutthroat anglers, so you can go 20 feet the other way, ask them what's biting, and get yourself
Yeah.
set up to go fishing. Because
Yeah.
what would be a more complete spring break vacation than skiing, sledding, coffee, and fishing?
That's right. That sounds like a plan to me.
Why not?
Yeah, and get your little dog out there. Throw him in the river,
Absolutely,
let
they'd
him
love
swim
it. We
around.
have little biscuits for these guys.
Yeah, nice. So it is dog-friendly shop. You can bring your
Dogs
own pet
on a
in.
leash, yep, absolutely.
Great. And so go into then some. You mentioned the coffees and teas are really good out there. And
Yeah.
what did you bring me today? Let's talk about
Today,
your
because
signature
this was
drink.
like the drink of the day yesterday, where everyone was like, "Ooh, what's new?" So we're doing almond joy
Yeah?
lattes.
Awesome.
It's chocolate, coconut, and almond in a latte.
Okay, so how do you get a coconut flavoring into a latte?
So we use Monin as our syrup distributor, and Monin uses all natural flavors. They use no artificial colorings, and they use cane sugar, not corn syrup, in all their syrups.
Nice.
Some of the other companies, if you were to like line them up in a row,
Yeah.
their berries, like 4 different types of berries, would all be the same color.
Oh.
Which is kind of weird to think that
that would be.
blackberry would be the same color as raspberry. And
yeah,
Monin's a
that's a
really
good
quality
point.
product, and we use Ghirardelli as our chocolate provider, which it's Ghirardelli.
Yeah,
It's
you
great.
can't go wrong with that.
Although I was talking with a coffee shop owner in San Diego recently, and they have a coffee supplier who actually goes down to Central and Latin America and sources his cacao beans, and then like brings them up and like hand grinds them.
Wow.
I'm like, well,
That's a labor of love.
that is right there. I haven't gone that far yet.
No,
but,
not yet. And you were talking about that last week, though. So kind of a tangent here. How was that trip? Did you get some knowledge in there? You recertified?
We really did, yeah. Natalie and I went to go get our professional barista certifications.
That's great.
And it was really fun. Of course, you don't figure out the results until like 3 weeks later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you have to take a practical exam, a written exam. But I really enjoy that being a barista is actually becoming a really professional profession these days. You know, there's a guild for it, there's really strict training, and granted, you don't have to go through
Right.
it. But it's really neat that it's moving that way, because it is a really, as we talk every week,
Yeah.
there's lots of little nuances to it. There's tons of science and specifics, and it's really hard to get it perfect, and it's really easy to get it wrong, and it's really not too tricky to find a midway between, but it's never just pushing a button.
Right.
There's so much more
Yes.
that goes into
A lot of
making
chemistry
a
involved,
good
especially
quality
even
drink.
with your teas, not just coffee here. So when you're
Yeah.
bringing in your products, what is something you look for to make sure to ensure the quality?
You look I kind of look at the ethics of the business that I'm sourcing from. That's always a good start. Silver Canyon, our roasters, have great kind of one-on-one relationships with many of their estates that they source their coffee from, and that's a really good sign. You also look for good quality, something that's consistent. When you do cupping for coffee, that's what one of the things you're aiming for is, do these coffees taste consistent across the board? And that's another really good point there. And then you can always just see it too. You can see it when you see
Right.
loose leaf tea,
Yeah.
and you see the whole tea leaf. It's so much of a different experience than, here's my tea bag and there's some particles of a ground up leaf
Right.
hanging out at the bottom of the tea bag. No, when you see loose leaf tea, you see, we have the wild blueberry tea, and it has whole dried blueberries in it. It's not like it's got blueberry flavor. added. No, it's a whole
Right.
blueberry.
So sprinkling of a blueberry dust there. You
Yeah.
actually see the dried fruit. And
Yes.
that's in the case of a number of your teas there. As we're taking a look at some of those images there. And they are just pretty fantastic. I can say that as not even a tea drinker, when I have tried your teas, there's a lot of flavor there.
Tea shouldn't just be the alternative because you don't drink coffee.
Right.
Tea should be, I want a tea today.
Yeah, that's right.
Just what suits your mood.
Yeah, and a lot of good benefits to drinking tea, of course, as well.
Absolutely.
And so what else, though, can you find at Red Buffalo?
Well, we have lots of really good pastries. We have fresh made bagels and sandwiches we get from Peak Provisions, our neighbor. So if you want to just grab and go and grab a sandwich for headed up on the hill or whatever you're doing today, it's a great place to get them. My favorite's the turkey bacon wrap.
Oh, yeah.
But we have some gluten-free options too.
Great.
So kind of a good breakfast to lunch sort of stop in. And we have free wireless internet. We have people hanging out for hours at a time just getting some work done because we
Right.
know it's impossible to get work done at home. I will find laundry to do. I will mop. I will sweep. My house has never been cleaner when I have something to do. It's like tax season? No, my house is spick and span.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. And even for Sunday afternoons when a lot of traffic is heading out of Summit County, especially it's springtime, so spring breakers are in town.
Yep.
If you guys want to wait for that traffic to subside a little bit, great options. Just head on ahead to Red Buffalo.
It
Give
is.
it an hour or so, hang out, relax, and it's much better than sitting on the highway.
It is.
Trust me.
Or if you need to get on the highway and you want something that's just like a good
right.
cozy drink because you
Yeah.
know you're going to be there for 3 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty much grab and go right there.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
great. Red Buffalo, again, just a quarter mile north of I-70 in Silverthorne, centrally located. Even you can get there by the Summit Stage.
Yeah,
So,
6:30 to 5:30, 7 days a week.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, and a great Facebook too. Look them up online, see what they have coming up. Because any live music going on this weekend?
We should. I mean, live music for Saturday got strep throat, so we
Oh.
had to cancel our last
That
live
happens.
music.
That'll
But
happen.
it's rather than spread it.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, we have the Sundowners coming up next week, so that
Great,
should be really
fantastic. All right, we have to check that out too. Even some live entertainment at the Red Buffalo. Aaron, thanks so much for coming
Thanks
in
for
this
having me
morning.
today.
And thanks for the almond joy. This
fun.
is
Of course.
This is tasty stuff,
what
let me
you
tell you.
need.
So there you go. Find your favorite drink at Red Buffalo. We're going to be back with more. We still have $25 to Burke and Riley's to give away for our Watch a Win, and even catching up with some folks from Summit Stage and back here in the studio. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.